What's up, everybody? This is Jude from Section 122 on ArgosEndzone.com. It's time for Week 18 action as the Argos finally get to come home to take on the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Last week, Toronto went into Winnipeg, held off a late-surging Bombers team to secure the win, clinch a home playoff game, and guarantee a winning regular season here in 2013. So a tip of the sombrero to the Toronto Argonauts. Well played, gentlemen. Well played. But your work isn't done yet, because this week you get to play the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, but this time inside the friendly confines of the Rogers Center. Last week, Winnipeg was able to come on in the second half as Toronto's offense and defense kind of started to struggle and falter. It's almost like they took a nap at halftime and couldn't quite wake up in time to finish up the game. So they've got to be aware of a relatively balanced attack from Winnipeg's offense. Carl Fitzgerald, I'm looking in your direction. And Winnipeg's defense in that ball-hawking, aggressive style that was really, really disruptive there in the second half. Toronto's got to get more balance on offense to be more unpredictable. They need a better running game. Ricky Ray's got to get a little bit of that swagger back that he had at the beginning of the season because he's thrown 2 interceptions in the last 2 games. Prior to that, I know there was the injury in between, but he hadn't thrown an interception in something like 246 pass attempts, like a crazy number. So he's got to get his rhythm back, get his mojo rolling again. Saw some good things from Chad Owens, though. The Flying Hawaiian was starting to juke and jive and make some holes in a good way. So this is, that's potential. He's still leading the league in total yardage. Speaking of yardage, Andre Dury is still leading the league in yards after reception. He always breaks the first tackle. Have you watched that? Pay attention to that. Andre Dury always breaks the first tackle. Always. It's crazy. Now, on the defensive side of the ball, Toronto's got to get better on defense, and it's not one single thing. Because they're giving up some runs, they're letting the quarterback get comfortable, they're giving up some big pass coverage. It's a bend not break defense. So they're kind of soft on their zones, letting the yardage creep up on them. But once they get inside the red zone, they clamp down and hold the opposing team to field goals instead of touchdowns. I would like to see just more. I want to see more of this defense. I want to see more knockdowns, more sacks, more interceptions, more turnovers. What I'd like to see. I know I'm asking a lot. I'm just a fan. I'm just one guy. I'm just a fan. Do what you got to do, guys. Still be cheering loud. Speaking of which, I'm hoping the Dome is really, really loud on Thursday because Argos home fans have not had a chance to see a home win in 67 days. Honest. Check the calendar. August 18th against Edmonton was the last Argos home win. That's crazy. And they're going to get a home playoff game. So they've got to get winning these last 2 home games to get some momentum, get some rhythm, and get some energy in the city. Because that's what the big thing is. We get a good turnout in that building. They'll feed off that energy. But they've got to give them a reason to show up. So let's see some home wins here these last 2 games, okay? Please? Please? Anyway. So, players to watch then. I think this is going to be a Jason Barnes game on offense. And if you check out CFL.ca or Argonauts.ca, you'll see a great interview with him talking about his feelings about breast cancer awareness. So I think he's going to be incredibly motivated this week. And he's going to be stepping up. So we're talking about a 100-plus receiving game with 1, possibly 2 touchdowns, 1 for sure. Count on it. Defensive side of the ball, I'm looking at Pat Watkins to step up in a big way. This is going to be a 2-turnover game for Mr. Watkins here. I'm not sure if it's interception or fumble, but he will be a big part of 2 turnovers here. You heard it here first. Watch for it. Perhaps a sack. Who knows? So, who should you be following on Twitter this week? Well, I think you should be following Andrea C. Member of the Argos Admirals, and far and away one of the best, most well-written Admirals as well. Yeah, very, very clear and concise messages. It's impressive to be able to get that into 140 characters. Very, very well connected. Very strong writer. Follow Andrew C. You will not be disappointed. Alright, prediction time. Yeah, last week I went with the big blowout expecting this explosive offense, and it just didn't happen as Winnipeg was able to come from behind. So I'm not quite sure what's going to happen score-wise in this one. Maybe this one's going to be a tight one. It's a Thursday night. Not a great night for big turnouts at the Dome. So, yeah, I'm going to say that will be a little bit tighter here. Let's call this one the 26-21 game, all right? Right, 26-22. Always make room for that Rouge. You never know. So, Thursday night, Rogers Center, be there. It's going to be a blast. It's also the Argos Think Pink home game. Show your pink. Get that money in, because we got to save the boobs, people. We got to save the boobs. All right? So, and Jube of the Year, getting close to wrapping up here. Got some fantastic entries. Make sure you keep getting your nominations in at argosendzone.com. You want to get your Jube of the Year nominations in, as we will be presenting the trophy. I'm not sure if we're going to do it the Montreal game. With the guaranteed home playoff game, we might extend the voting one more week until then. But get your nominations in. Don't take that for granted. Get the nominations in now. And make sure to like this video. Give us some comments on anything you want to see. We haven't mentioned the Calgary Art Riders in some time. But we'll give you fans what you want to see. Okay? I promise. It's what we do. Alrighty? So, enjoy the game. And until next time, this is Jube from 122 saying we ride the rail and we ride it hard.